Her fierce beauty and physical power made her a living legend in the arenas and on the battlefields. Lysandra was the perfect union of beauty and strength. Her countenance carried the seduction of the gods and the fury of battle, a presence that commanded any space. And her beautiful gaze, steady and intense, made kings and warriors bow in respect and desire. The beautiful Lysandra of Thalor was born under a rare omen that made the elders whisper of blessings and curses. From her first cry, there was something about her that unsettled even the bravest warriors. They said the gods had marked her destiny, granting her a strength no mortal should possess. From an early age, Lysandra learned to wield swords forged in the fires of Thalor. She grew up among men, hardened by war, hearing that weakness was a word without translation in her people's tongue. Every strike she delivered, every wound she endured, was a lesson in the price of the power she carried. Her body shaped itself like the steel she learned to master, firm and agile, and soon she surpassed masters who had spent their entire lives on the battlefield. But it was not only her strength that set her apart. There was a presence about her that both attracted and intimidated. In the arenas, her name was shouted as that of a goddess of war. No opponent left her battles unscathed, and those who survived spoke of her with a mixture of reverence and fear. While still young, the beautiful Lysandra learned to use movement as language and silence as her shield. Her blood pulsed with the ancient rhythm of Thalor's warriors, and in her beautiful eyes shone the determination of one born to fight. Amid battles and victories, her heart sealed her fate. Lysandra met Kyle, the exiled prince, a man whose tongue was woven from promises and poison. He swore that together they would rule the kingdoms under one banner, and she believed him. He spoke to her of a future where they would unite all realms beneath a single standard, where her strength would be honored and her courage recognized. For the first time, Lysandra believed she could be more than the steel she wielded. When the prince vowed eternal loyalty beneath the god's altar, Lysandra believed that the heavens had finally reconciled with her mark. She loved him with the intensity of someone who had never learned how to love, and he loved her with the talent of liars who know the exact color of hope. But fate has no mercy for those who trust too deeply. One silent night, while she fought on the kingdom's borders, Kyle opened Thalor's gates to the northern invaders. The roar of fire echoed all the way to the sacred mountains, and Lysandra arrived only in time to see the temple of her lineage burn. The flames reflected, and the heat devoured what was left of love in her chest. In the place of the prince who had promised her the world, there remained only the traitor who had stolen everything she had sworn to protect. Now exiled, the beautiful Lysandra walked through distant and unknown lands. She carried with her only the ancestral sword of Thalor, and the memory of the fire that had consumed everything that was once her home. The nights were long, and in every battle fought on the forgotten frontiers of the world, she hunted his shadow. Each strike a cry of vengeance and a pursuit of what was lost. Lysandra became a specter among kingdoms. Entire peoples feared the sound of her steps, and armies learned to recognize her by the cold gleam of her blade beneath the moonlight. It was said that no wall could stop her, and no man dared meet her gaze without feeling the weight of the history she carried. In her eyes there remained something even hatred could not extinguish, a glimmer of the love she had once believed was true. When she finally found Cale again, years later, there was no longer the prince of promises, only a broken man, corroded by guilt and fear. The blade in her hand trembled, not from doubt, but from the recognition that hatred was merely another name for the love that remained. When at last the strike fell, there was no scream, only the whisper of destiny fulfilled. And then she understood the secret the gods keep, that power and love are two sides of the same blade. When one wounds, the other bleeds, and neither grants peace to those who dare to wield them.